One of the things that we've been talking about here has been a lot of buzz about the middle of the market, the mum market, as they're calling it. I think Steve Harsey wants to call the new the new aircraft from Boeing 797. But whatever it is, are you going to be providing an engine for it?
Well, so first of all, let's talk a little bit about the market. There's been for a long, long time that if you look at the narrow body and the tie end of the narrow body with A321 and 787-10, and on the other side you look at the wide body with the lowest aircraft being A330s, CEOs and NEOs tomorrow, and 787-8. There is quite a big gap between the two, and the question has been quite long, going backwards. Is there a market in the middle? Now, and that market has been basically used by the 757 historically, and they have been bet for quite a long time over potential replacement of 757.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is, once you start to position something in between, what market are you really trying to serve? So clearly, potentially, everybody can see a market of a 250-seater, 5,000 nautical miles of range, and that for the engine company would equal to something like 45,000 pounds of thrust. And that's the market, the way it is positioned. We are looking at this as a company, of course. I mean, we are producing large engines, and for us, we are adjacent to the market through the top end of that market. So we are clearly looking at any possibilities, and we are just waiting to understand what Boeing will do when they do it, and also to a certain degree, because it is a market, how will Airbus react to this?
Okay, let's kind of dig into that in a little bit more detail. I was talking to David Joyce at GE earlier on. He said he doesn't think there'll be more than 2 engine variants for a mid-market aircraft.
Yeah, that's really a question for Boeing. When they do it, if they do it.
Could you see 3 engine options?
I think 3 engines options in the past have not proven very successful for the industry. But now, is it 2? Is it 1? Nobody knows really. So I think all options are open. And I would say, again, if Boeing decides, because this is not a certainty yet, but if Boeing decides, then Boeing will have to decide how they do serve the market, how big is the market, and we will have our own assessment as to does it make sense for us to invest on this or not.
Okay, let's talk about the 380. Airbus have put some nice little winglets on the end that gives them 4% fuel efficiency, changing the aerodynamics. I'm pretty certain they're talking to you guys about anything else you can squeeze out of the current engine architecture. They want to get Tim Clark to sign up to new orders for that aeroplane, and it needs to be more efficient. What else can you squeeze out of the engines? Can you squeeze more out of the engines?
Well, so the point I would make is that in the engine industry, what we are consistently doing is, as soon as we mature a new technology, we have a tendency to go back and roll it back to the products. We've done quite a lot of this already on the Trent 900. And clearly, we are looking at any opportunity to squeeze more technology every time it makes sense in terms of investment and also in terms of fuel saving you get over the board and over the life of the product.
So what do you think you can get out of it? Another 3%,
well,
4%?
No, I would not bet on these things. We are looking at this. The technologies we have already improved the product. If I take on a Rolls-Royce perspective, we did the EP1, EP2, EP3. And every time we build something like 1.5% of efficiency, we are contemplating what we can do over and above with Airbus, and this is a review which is ongoing with Airbus. But I would not bet at this stage.
When are the 330neo engines going to show up in Toulouse?
So the 330neo engines are in Toulouse today.
Right, they're a bit late.
They are. We are a bit late. We are about 3 months late. We had a failure during the engine test, and that pushed us slightly over the edge of 3 months. We've corrected this. The engines have now run into the test bed. They've been delivered. First ship set is delivered in Toulouse. Second ship set is right behind it and will be delivered by the end of the next week. So the program, the flight test program, will now can start, and I hope we are really delighted to have the 330neo in the air and really be able to start to concretize. And I know that there is a lot of customers waiting for that as well.
Absolutely. Final question. Let's talk about Airbus and Boeing. They seem to want to get into the servicing market and the aftermarket, and that's kind of your space. Well, okay. The margins are good, and you kind of it's a good business.
Yes.
How's that going to affect you? How's it going to affect your relationship with them?
So a few things. First is in our case, I mean, they will get to the airframe and system market. I don't think there is any willingness from Boeing or Airbus to access the engine market.
Yeah.
And we are doing that side to side with them. We will always work with them to get better improvement, better efficiency overall, use of digital technology and all kinds of stuff where we can align, and we could have common warehouses. We can store material in any strategic places with them. And we've done these things for quite a long time. So I think we are delighted actually to see the airframer coming into that side of the market on their own as well. And we are working with them. The engine is complicated, as you know. There is a lot of IPR, which is within the designs of the parts and everything. I have not heard that Airbus or Boeing are willing to start to compete us on the servicing part, but the view is more about working together such that together we deliver superior customer experience. Together we deliver superior customer experience.